In the past, family relationships were simple. Women used to spend their time in the house and men in the farm, but now the relationships have become more complex, and each individual plays several roles, as many women have become workers, and men have to help women in raising their children, and the demands of both of them have become very complex, as women always complain and cry, and men complain of their inability to understand women or to satisfy them. As a result, miscommunication between both of them occurs, which causes many marital problems, which can be solved simply if each one of them understands the other. And this is what the relationship experts Allan Pease and his wife Barbara Pease try to clarify in their book. Why Men Lie and Women Cry, by Allan and Barbara Pease. One of the most famous characteristics of women is that they always complain and nag, and that they have ongoing demands, especially when the man returns home and sits on the couch to have a rest after a long day of work. On the other hand, this act makes the wife very angry, as her voice becomes louder and her demands that are often related to the house and children increases, and when man neglects her, the woman starts screaming or crying and complaining that no one is listening to her. Throughout history, women were often considered to be naggers and the one with endless demands, and even in 1809 there was a penalty in both the English and the American laws, where a man was allowed to complain about his wife to the magistrate for her nagging or scolding, and the judge decides that she should be dumped into the nearest river or lake to be an example to the rest of the women. And this is enough to prove that the man cannot bear the woman's nagging and does not know how to deal with it. If you think that your wife is difficult and a nagger, make sure that what she really needs is appreciation, because through nagging she is trying to urge the man to share her feelings, emotions, fatigue and exhaustion, although she may not need that, but she needs to hear words of appreciation. The only problem is that she just doesn't tell her man directly. Therefore, men should understand how women seek attention and appreciation by nagging. Also, a man can use a good way to limit a woman's nagging, which is to spend some time with his children. It should not be a lot of time, but an acceptable time, and at this time the man gives his wife some time alone to do what she loves away from the housework and children. Then the woman will feel that her husband appreciates her and her effort, and in return she will appreciate this. Bit to remember, women's continuous nagging is an indirect message that they don't feel appreciated for their efforts. Not only women who need appreciation from their husbands, a man needs to rest after returning to his home, and his way of rest is very different than that of the woman. In order for a woman to rest, she sits and talks about her day, and her only aim is talking. As for the man, resting for him means watching TV, and changing its channels without a specific goal, or holding his phone and browsing the internet without reading anything specific. But usually the wife comes to sit next to her husband telling about her day, and the husband responds by ignoring and staring at the phone, which makes the wife angry, so she tries to get his attention by telling about what she faced in her day, whether in her work or with the children, so man suddenly becomes an expert in everything, and criticizes everything his wife says. And he begins to offer solutions that she did not ask for. But before both of them yell at each other and describe each other as a stupid person or the one who don't appreciate his partner, the solution is very simple, and it occurs when each one of them understands his partner's needs. The wife should leave her husband to rest in his own way without asking him about anything until he finishes what he is doing. Then when it is time for the wife to talk about her day, the husband should only listen, because she does not need solutions, she only needs to talk and someone to hear her. Bit to remember, the wife must understand her husband's needs, which are different from her own needs. Men's nature of thinking is very different than that of women, and this is usually due to the difference in the method of education between them. Disputes occur as a result of not knowing the difference in their traits, although the difference may be in favor of the two partners, if they learn how to treat each other well. The first difference is the difference in dealing with friends. Women's friends always talk about their problems at work or at home and chat with each other about these problems. But men's friendship depends on exchanging jokes, watching a match, or talking about anything that is not related to personal life, because the man was raised to rely on himself and to find solutions for his problems, while the woman was raised to share everything, so no one of them should object to the other's nature. The wife should not accuse her man of not caring for his friends, nor should the man describe his wife as being talkative. The interests of men and women are very different. The woman is interested in drama series, while the man is interested in football matches, and this difference is a great opportunity to share interests with each other. As a man, you should try to watch a movie or a series with your wife, and she will be very grateful. And as a wife, you should try to learn the techniques of the matches and know the teams and players so that you can watch these matches with your husband, and of course these are not the only tips. Men and women should build connections that depend on their interests. The man has to talk to the woman, even for 15 minutes, about topics that she is interested in. And the woman should share with the man what he likes to do, not what she likes to do. Bit to remember, the difference in the nature of men and women should not make disputes between them, but rather they can take advantage of that difference in favor of their relationship. The difference in the nature of men and women is evident in many details. Men do not enjoy shopping when there isn't a specific item to purchase, unlike women. A woman can multitask and focus on more than one topic at a time. Men are not like that. Women are always impressed by simple and numerous romantic details, while man is impressed when a woman takes care of him and tries to make him happy. Understanding this difference is the secret for marital happiness. However, it is wrong for both men and women to believe that healthy relationships can be built on lies and fake interests, because honesty is the foundation of healthy relationships. You may think wrong, my lady, that men lie more than women, as studies have proven that both lie to the same extent, but for different reasons. Women lie to maintain relationships, such as lying every time they apply makeup or when they tell a friend how beautiful is her dress. While men lie to please women or to avoid arguments, when asked about his work, he will definitely lie to impress her with the greatness or difficulty of his work, and he will also lie to avoid unnecessary arguments with her. Because you, my lady, can easily understand your husband's hints and body language, and detect his lies as if you are a lie detector. You may think he is the biggest liar, but everyone lies. To try to minimize this problem, you need to build your relationship on honesty, which requires accepting the other with all his flaws. When both of you find acceptance in each other, there will be no need for lies. Even if one of you makes a mistake, make calm discussion and forgiveness the hallmark of your relationship, so that each of you can open up to the other with comfort and gratitude. Bit to remember, lying is detrimental to relationships no matter how good its intentions may seem. Understanding, clarity, and honesty are the only way to a happy family relationship.